Autoline Daily is brought to you by Borg Warner, feel good about driving. Bridgestone, your journey, our passion. Dow Automotive Systems, improving durability and increasing design flexibility with Betamate structural adhesives at dowbetamate.com. And by the 2013 Hyundai Sonata. Learn more at HyundaiSonata.com.
Welcome to Autoline Daily and to the last day of January. And now let's get to the news. Fiat reported its 2012 financial earnings and the results look pretty good as long as you include Chrysler. The Fiat Group's total vehicle sales came to 4.2 million units. That's up by 1 million compared to the year before. And that pushed revenues to about $109 billion, up nearly $32 billion, and it reported a net profit of $1.8 billion. But that profit was down by about $312 million from the prior period. And if you take the Chrysler numbers off the bottom line, the Fiat Group actually lost $1.3 billion. Speaking of that Chrysler profit, that's going to result in Chrysler's UAW employees getting bonus checks of $2,250. The group also released its new product plan for North America, which includes a dozen more new or refreshed vehicles than originally set out in its 2009 product plan. The total now comes to 47 new models over the next 4 years. It includes 4 Fiats and 2 Alfa Romeos set to debut in 2015. And here we get a look at one of those 47 new models, the Mopar 2013 Dodge Dart, which will be shown at next week's Chicago Auto Show. This Dart gets the turbocharged 1.4-liter engine with tuned exhaust, an upgraded suspension and brake kit, and a Mopar-inspired interior. They're only going to make 500 of them starting this spring. Automakers are having a tough time selling electric vehicles, but that's not stopping California. It is not backing off its zero emissions mandate. The number of EVs automakers must build depends on how many cars they sell in the state. In the first few years, automakers will receive credits to meet the requirements before they gradually get stricter. However, the state was forced to back off its mandate twice in the past, and I think there's a good chance it will come up short again. But California says over 15% of the cars on its roads will be zero emission or plug-in hybrids by 2025, and that a third of them will be fuel cell or pure battery electrics. Speaking of battery electric hybrids, yesterday we reported that Fisker is desperately trying to find a deep pocket partner, and now it looks like the company might have one. Chinese company Wansheng, which just bought Fisker's battery supplier, A123 Systems, wants to help the luxury EV builder. One executive at Wansheng says, and I quote, "It will be in our best interest to support them as a vendor or possibly in a strategic alliance." I say, just dig out your checkbook, boys, because that's what it's going to take. At the recent Autoline Supplier Symposium, we learned that many suppliers in North America have just about run out of manufacturing capacity. They removed a significant amount of capacity in the last decade, but especially during the Great Recession, and now they're on the verge of running into critical shortages in production capacity, tooling, and people. That shortage is particularly acute in plastics, rubber, castings, powertrain components, and specialized tooling. And you can get more details on this looming problem in the John's Journal section of our website, where we've got the Autoline Supplier Symposium. And as long as you're there, be sure to join us tonight for Autoline After Hours. We'll be talking about all those Super Bowl ads that are already coming out. So join me and the auto extremist Peter DeLorenzo, as well as Michael Sprague, the head of advertising for Kia, and David Kiley from AOL Autos. Coming up next, we're going to show you more of what the new Subaru Forester is all about.
Dow Automotive Systems, driving solutions in automotive, commercial transportation, and aftermarket with innovative products like Betamate structural adhesives. Lighter, stronger, safer. DowBetamate.com.
The Subaru Forester first appeared in 1997. They redesigned it in 2003, and now for 2014, we've got the third generation. They've put a lot into this vehicle because the Forester is one of the most important cars in Subaru's lineup. The first thing you'll notice about the new Forester is that they changed the styling from the previous version. In fact, better styling is one of the key attributes that Subaru worked on with the new model, and there are two distinctive front ends available. The one with what looks like air intakes on each end of the front bumper is for the turbo model. I liked it so much, I think they ought to make it standard. We already showed you how Subaru changed the interior of the Forester and how its new all-wheel drive system can dig in and climb up very steep, slippery slopes. You can watch those reports on the Autoline website. But let's dig into some of the other details. The interior is very well laid out and much more appealing to the eye. Subaru keeps its controls simple and logically laid out. But the company is slowly getting into electronic displays that definitely make the interior look more modern. And it introduced what it calls its EyeSight system that uses stereo cameras instead of radar for adaptive cruise control, lane departure, and collision warning. Of course the Forester has all-wheel drive, and of course it has a boxer engine. The base 2.5-liter engine is mated to a 6-speed manual rated at 24 miles per gallon combined, or a CVT, which is rated at 27. But in real-world driving, I got 32. The turbo is a 2-liter engine that only comes with a CVT, and it's rated at 25 miles per gallon combined, but I got around 29 in some pretty spirited driving. Pricing starts at just under $23,000, including destination, for a base 2.5-liter model. Most Foresters will go out the door closer to $26,000, but if you want to load it up, it'll come to nearly $34,000. Subaru is really on a roll right now. Sales last year in the American market hit over 336,000 units. That's almost twice as much as only 5 to 6 years ago. And it's vehicles like this that's going to help them keep the momentum rolling. And I'll be showing you some of my driving impressions of that Forester coming up in a new segment soon. Anyway, that wraps up today's show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.